Welcome to an all new week, folks. We are doing a pop culture roundup on Monday. Sophie, if you're watching this on YouTube, Sophie's already giving so much face, so much style. You can tell she is so excited that the VMAs are airing right now as we speak. She's also on a trip with her parents and just got back from a nice little dinner with them. But you know her from the podcast So True with Sophie Ross, which actually comes back at the end of this month. So make sure you subscribe now. You
Not the end of this month, beginning of September. We're recording.
Guys, I'm gonna walk that back. We're gonna go with the beginning of September, and I'll tell you why I like that better. No, and of course her Substack. Where I read a whole article on Greg Grippo from The Bachelor this week. But you know what? Screw all of that. I want to get right into this. Sophie, how are you? How was dinner with your folks? We need to know.
It's been great. I'm on like a little honeymoon with my parents right now. And we actually drove to get, and by the way, I just had 2 strawberry coladas at dinner. So I'm like,
so you're on a sugar high right now.
I couldn't choose between a pina colada and a strawberry daiquiri, but this place had strawberry coladas and I was like, fuck yeah. And they came like topped with whipped cream. Oh my God. So
Dude,
good.
There was one summer where I got really into pina coladas and I didn't because I'm an idiot. I didn't realize like how, that's a lot of calories. And if you're chugging like 12 pina coladas, no matter, because guys, it goes down so smooth. Like it's like pina coladas taste so, it's like what I think freedom tastes like. And and summer is the perfect time for a pina colada. And I didn't even know they had, you said strawberry pina colada?
Strawberry colada.
Strawberry colada. My God.
It was like a coconut, like a pina colada, basically with like the strawberry syrup from the strawberry daiquiris, like mixed in with coconut flakes and whipped cream on top. Oh,
now are your parents like happy with your order? Or are they like, really?
Oh, my dad got 2 pina coladas, and then my mom got 2 high noons. So we all had 2.
Wait,
drinks.
What's a high noon?
Are you
whiskey?
Right?
Are you talking about high noon whiskey?
Wait, are you serious? You don't know what high noon is?
Well, High Noon's a whiskey brand, I think.
No, oh my God, is this like an East Coast Midwest thing? Like, do you guys not have high noons in LA?
What is a high noon? Tell me, I'll tell you if we have it.
I'm freaking out. High noons, they're like, it's like a White Claw, but it's like almost.
Okay. No. We do have them. I'm so used to White Claws that I've really forgotten about High Noon. No, you're right. No,
they're like taking over. But anyway, that was the situation. Me and my parents drove together 10 hours. We made a stop in Kentucky. I slept in a hotel room with my parents on Friday night. And I was like, do I get my own room? It was like some like random motel. We just like chose it as we were driving. We were like, let's just find something when we want to take a break from driving. And I was like, do I get my own room? And my dad was like, no.
Yeah,
you can sleep with us. We're saving money on this trip. And then we finished the drive on Saturday and we're in South Carolina. I'm not gonna dox myself and tell you exactly where I am because I know I have so many like stalkers out there.
Wait, did you guys eat at a Chili's tonight?
No. Okay, no. We ate at this amazing ocean fried. It's called Joe's. Oh my God.
Crab Shack?
No, it's not Joe's Crab Shack. It's Joe's Coconuts or Joe's Coconut Grill. And I don't know. Anyway, I was like, where's Shep? Where's Shep?
Yeah.
No, but this is like outside of the city of Charleston. It's more on the beach. But yeah, we ate at a Cracker Barrel during our drive Friday, which is like low key my favorite restaurant. I get so nostalgic for Cracker Barrel because like we would always go there on road trips growing up. Because it's right off the highway. Have you ever been to a Cracker Barrel, Ryan?
Of course. Yes, of course.
Yeah, they're like right off the highway. Like it's just like they have the gift shop. We got a bunch of candy for the road. And I got a hamburger steak with mac and cheese and carrots. I actually saw the baby next to us order mac and cheese and carrots. And I was like, I want her order.
I'll have what the baby's having.
I'll have what she's having. But anyway, yeah.
I love that when the Rosses go on a trip, it seems like there's like a high sugar intake in terms of you're stopping with candy.
Oh, always
sugary
There's
drinks.
Always lots of sugar, mostly lots of alcohol. My parents I
love it.
If they're listening through the door right now, they're probably like, shut up, shut up. No,
we just hear them walk into the door drunkenly.
That's like something they might do because they love attention. So I'm hoping they don't. Never know.
let's get to the good. There's so much weird, wild stuff happening this week already, but let's get to the good news, or however you want to conceive. I conceive this as good news, but we had a very special night last night on Saturday night because Carl Radke popped the question to Hub House, to Lindsay Hubbard from Summer House. Cameras were there. What were your initial thoughts, Sophie?
I love this because it just shows that, timing is kind of everything, and that Carl knows where Lindsay is at in life. She wants to get married and have a family. He knows that. Why wait?
Yeah.
So some people might say, oh, well, they've only been dating for less than a year, but it's they've been friends forever. They've known each other forever. They both are at an age where they know what they want and they're ready for it. So I love it. I'm so happy.
I mean, I was posting things. I was reading other people's comments, and my thing with Carl was that he truly is one of the only men in Bravo that I feel like has actually changed himself for the better without just bullshitting like Jax does.
He could have so gone down the Shep route, the Jax route,
or wanting to keep hooking up with people. Yeah, he wants to commit. This is something that I actually truly think this man has thought through, because his sobriety does mean something to him. But man, I was reading some of the comments, and it's people are so damn. I mean, listen, I do this with people too, but damn cruel about Lindsay. It's just oh, I don't trust her. She's gonna be crazed out on. And I'm like, dude, I think he's thought this through. I like the fact that we might not be able to fully understand that relationship, but it seems like it makes both of them really damn happy,
Exactly. And I haven't really seen any negative comments. I've seen a lot of people just very happy for them, which is they're both very well liked.
Yeah.
I saw some people saying Paige and Craig must be so pissed that Lindsay and Carl beat them to it.
Okay, well, did you see? Okay, Queens of Bravo posted a video, and you guys, I don't know but you can, if you listen to the audio, it says Satan kills.
The fakest. No,
it's no.
It was you're watching it like the Zapruder film.
I'm rewind. Wait, Satan says what? Do what to what? No, you can hear a female voice that sounds a lot like Paige say, "This is the fakest thing ever," or something like that.
Right, but so it cuts out at the end, so you don't know exactly what they're saying, but I saw some comments debunking it, because it looks like if you watch the video, you see what looks like Paige waiting and clapping for them at the table wearing a yellow dress.
Oh, okay,
so
good.
I did watch this the Zapruder film, so yeah, I was.
Well, no, because I was that was.
But some of the theories are that, with Summer House, they sometimes have to refilm a scene. So they're thinking the voice may have been from someone on the sidelines, just being wow, that was so fake. Them redoing, the walking out to the friends. So
that was going to make me so sad though. Listen, I make fun of Paige and but it was going to make me so sad if that really was her voice saying this is so fake.
Paige defender. I would love for it.
I know
for her to be caught on camera being a fake ass bitch, because she generally is. But facts are facts. I don't know though. I don't know for sure. You guys tell us what you think of the
video. You listen to the video. You can, no matter what somebody said,
watch it and look for Paige, because it looks like it might be Paige not next to the camera. So
also, I didn't think it was Paige too, because I didn't see any beds out, and she's usually on a bed laying down. So I was almost positive this was an out. I don't think that she got out of bed for this. But no, I was really excited. I'm always going to think it's a little cheesy if you do it on a TV show, but but those guys have really good heart. I'm bummed that Luke,
the fans deserve this. The fans have watched their entire friendship and relationship evolve over the years. And I think they realize that we deserve it.
Yeah, it started off as a finger blast, and then it got screwed up. Then it was just friendship again, and now we're back to real love. And this actually makes me really excited for the new season. I want to know how Amanda Batula feels about this, because remember at the reunion, Amanda was the one that said, "Oh, Carl's all just like hypnotized by Lindsay now." So I hope Lindsay and Amanda have kind of made out. I want to see. I bet Kyle cried last night. I bet Kyle cried harder than Lindsay did.
I just can't get over that now there's going to be a new engaged couple after we've been watching Amanda and Kyle be we're engaged. We're having our rehearsal this week. And the next week we're going to have our actual fake wedding. And then we're going to have my bachelorette party and the bridal shower. It's been all for freaking 4 seasons now. like Amanda's gonna be like, our anniversary is coming up, and now everyone's just talking about Carl and Lindsay.
Well, I mean, kind of. Oh, well, you bring up a good point though with Paige too. Is that's the other one, and especially Paige, it keeps popping up on Southern Charm. Is that Craig keeps talking like Craig is ready to walk down. Craig fantasizes about his wedding more than girls fantasize about their wedding.
He does. He's like, at the end of the day, I just really, when I think about who I see at the end of that aisle, I think it's Paige.
He goes, when I see myself up there, I see it. But like, I really believe when he says that he's genuinely pictured himself standing at that aisle. Like, since he's a little boy, he's
the one walking down the aisle. So Paige is at the end of the aisle.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's Paige. He's being walked down into. Paige is waiting up there, proudly waiting, and she's like, he's so beautiful, and they're exchanging glances. And he's looking to the left, and Austin has a trop hop, like cheersing, and Kyle has a lover boy.
We need to talk about Southern Charm.
Yeah, okay, wait, but real quick though, I want to. This actually segue into this too. There's at BravoCon, supposedly I was reading this thing that there's like a big surprise announcement, and part of me was like, "There's no way the surprise announcement is like it would be so cheesy if the surprise announcement was Craig asking Paige to marry him at BravoCon. Like that would never." I'm thinking the surprise announcement. I think Andy Cohen's retiring from Bravo. I don't know. They said a surprise announcement. I mean, you could always say there's a new franchise, but there's so many new Bravo shows that I don't even know if that really constitutes a surprise announcement anymore. Like, he has 2 kids now, and I think Andy Cohen.
Yeah, I could see Andy Cohen wanting to retire, but at the same time, he has one of the best. I guess without Watch What Happens Live. Watch What Happens Live is a commitment. They do that. I know they take breaks, but they do that every single night during the week. It's late at night. Without Watch What Happens Live, though, Andy Cohen has the cushiest job. He was like Chris Harrison, who just had to show up for reunions and stuff.
Oh, yeah, but then if you have 30 housewives, if you have Ramona texting you every night, that is not a dream job at a certain point. That's insane.
But realistically, how does Bravo go on without Andy Cohen? I feel like he kind of is Bravo, and you kind of need that face or that person hosting the franchises or hosting.
Well, I was thinking, you could go Danny Pellegrino, you could go with a woman. I think it needs to be a gay man or a woman that would ever I don't think Andy Cohen is replaceable at all, but if you were to go down that way, there does need to be some sort of figurehead that can really, I don't know. I keep thinking about that. Anyways, back to Southern Charm though.
But so not you then. You're you have to be either a woman or a gay guy in order to do this. And you're
listen,
a straight man sitting there.
No, but I would love to be, I've always said, I would love to be a man on the street kind of guy that I could go up and you would cut to. I would do anything, but I'm not an interloper. I love this stuff so much, but I'm just not right for something like that I think Bravo especially means so much to gay and lesbians and women and it's kind of theirs in a way. It's yours. I don't know. I love this just as much as anybody, but I really do think the figurehead needs, yeah. I was oh, did I just say something really? I'm what did I just put 3 feet in my mouth?
No, it's funny.
I'm going to start crying now. Okay. Southern Charm. What are your thoughts on Southern Charm this week?
Okay. This was such an episode where it was very, very clear that the entire cast was on stimulants. Really clear. And yeah, I think that there's a lot of shit going down between. I actually was so enthralled by this episode. This was the best episode of Southern Charm this season because it was so unhinged and chaotic. But you have Whitney and Shep hating on Craig basically because they're jealous of him and they're jealous of his trajectory. And they're he's not old money. Why is he the most successful now? It's they think they're more deserving of success, but without having to work. And Craig is actually, not that Craig has the best work ethic in the world, but he's actually, done well for himself.
All of a sudden in the last couple of years, and that's why Craig will always tell even Naomi, he's I'm just sad. You don't know the new Craig because you'd really like him, I think. He always is so proud of himself. But I also get this. Do you ever think that Craig bitches so much about he's truly scarred by Shep? Did they Did they like
I can
beat him
see
one night? Like,
it.
did they like
I
beat
can
him when
see
they
it.
fell asleep?
No, but like I kind of relate. I relate to Craig in a lot of ways in terms of like he has very severe ADHD. I do too. But I relate to the idea of like, you know, some friends sometimes are just like they pick on you and you're kind of like the
Yeah,
friend
yeah.
picked on. I've been in those situations before and I hate it because I'm a very sensitive person. I don't like being the picked on person. And I know I can dish it out. I should be able
You
to do
talk
it.
tough.
But yeah, no, I feel like in friendship situations it gets tough. And I feel like, yeah, I understand Craig. And now Craig is like, well, I'm just gonna freaking distance myself. I have a lot more going on than you guys, like
Yeah.
than me having, I don't need you guys all the time. Like I have my own shit going on. So
I think
like
Shep was right when he said last episode, or not this one, but the one before, where he said, yo, I think it's that like you don't want to be around us because we remind you of the old Craig, and you're really proud of this new
But like,
Craig. And
who cares about the old Craig? Like, who cares? That's the thing. It's like, who cares what he used to be like? Now he's like, you know, this. Like, I don't think that he would care
people
about
can
that.
grow,
Like,
like people can change.
right. I think it's more a matter of like, no, like you guys pick on me. You're kind of assholes to me. Like, I'm not going to put myself in that situation. I don't need to be around you guys all the time because like, I know, you know, I have my own stuff going on. Like, I get it. But I also can understand like Shep and Whitney and Austin watching Craig on this like upward trajectory, especially this was like, you know, right around the time that the Paige and Craig news was like all over the place and he was getting all this attention and they probably, you know, are jealous. And it's very clear that Shep is extremely insecure. And also the way he lashed out at Taylor was,
dude,
yeah, not okay. And the fact that everyone was making excuses for it, like Marcy,
welcome to the show. Why are you here, Marcy?
Why are you here?
I mean, no offense, Marcy. I hope you have a beautiful child, or you probably have. But like, unless we're like seeing you rip that baby out of your thing, like Kourtney Kardashian, what do you provide? Like, she has her husband with her. I didn't even know who this guy was. Like, he keeps popping up, and I'm like, who's the guy? Is there a stranger walking through the scene? And it's like, oh, that's Marcy's husband. I'm like, I'm not even supposed to know who Marcy is. Like, why is Marcy there?
It makes no sense why Marcy is there. But like even Marcy was like, you know, he throws temper tantrums and people in whoever it was, Austin was like, yeah, I've seen worse. I've seen worse from him. I've seen this happen a lot. Someone saying like, I've seen him yell at his mom like this before. Like they're all like acting like it's normal and it's really not normal. And you know what they always say? And I wrote this in my Substack about Shep. It's like, watch how a man treats his mother and you'll see how he'll treat you. So like, yeah, it's not good. And it shows that if he's comfortable doing that in front of people and, you know, in front of cameras.
And calling somebody like a fucking idiot all the time and all. I mean, it's like, it's really just horrible behavior, especially for a quote unquote Southern gentleman. Do you believe in any stretch of the imagination that the Whitney Naomi relationship is real at all?
Honestly, a little bit. Like I actually
do.
Yeah, I actually kind of do. I think that, well, you know that Whitney's father passed away like during filming and it wasn't really made into like a storyline or anything. And I think maybe like him and Naomi have bonded over that. I don't know, but I can like see them randomly matching up. So like,
well, I also think it's something to do with like, he's really wealthy. He's the producer of the show. He's the, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that too is probably part of it, but like, I just in general, I can like kind of weirdly see it. I don't know why.
It was so sad because I was like watching it and I was making fun. I was like, man, Whitney, you look so dumb with your stupid little mustache. And then I was like, oh no, I have a stupid little mustache. And then I was like, fuck, I'm like Whitney, but poor. And then that's what I think it angers me that girls just think of him differently because he's wealthy. Like people, it makes him way more attractive in girls' eyes.
You think that Whitney is people see him as like a hot, like
no, because he's
silver fox.
Because he's
Whitney
rich.
Is not hot.
I've had plenty of friends that are girls that thirst over Whitney, and I always go, "What is wrong with you?" Yes, my friend Danielle Hollaback-Cards. You know Hollaback-Cards are. She thinks that he is good looking, and I'm like, that is so upsetting to me. Like I feel like that's so upsetting, and like
he's definitely not. But I can see how like maybe the charm in person, the Southern charm.
Do you think there's charm there? Like,
I don't know. I've never met
he's on his
him.
guitar.
Like, some people you have to kind of meet in person to like understand the appeal. For me,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
Jack Harlow with that time I met him, and he was like literally like 7 feet tall. And I was like, okay, now I kind of get it.
You and this tall thing, man, the Austin and the tall thing. Well, speaking of Jack Harlow at the VMAs tonight, Fergie came out with him for First Class, his song at the VMAs.
Yeah.
So, and he has those he has really good curls, Jack Harlow. Anyways, Austin's with Olivia, I guess now.
Can you
believe that?
Wait, but are they really? Or were they kind of like saying that?
No, I think like the last couple of like times they've both said it and had pictures together. And lately Shep has been posting again with Taylor. So are they back together again? Even though they say they're not, but they are hanging out and they're in each other's Instagram stories.
Austin and Olivia have zero chemistry. Like literally zero.
Yeah.
They have no chemistry.
But I see Austin's one of those guys that gets by on like just stupid jokes he repeats from other comedians. Like he's one of those like, oh, I'll use that. And then like Olivia doesn't seem like she has tons of personality. So she's like, he's the most funniest person I've ever met in my life. And he's just using like lame ass jokes. Okay. Southern Charm. I hate to even bring this up, but I guess we got to get into it because this is it's like a mess and it's getting grosser and grosser each week. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I don't even know where to start with this shit. I guess I just want your thoughts on. I talked about this on the show, you guys, but obviously Garcelle's son, Jax, 14 years old, had a bunch of bots thrown his way. You can pay for comments to be attacking somebody or leaving positive comments. In this case, it was attacking. It got racial at times. It was just disgusting across the board. And people have a lot of theories. Like it could have been Rinna, it could have been Diana Jenkins, it could have been this. But what were your thoughts about this whole story? Because it's just a mess from top to bottom.
Yeah, it's a mess. It's really gross and troubling. And also, yeah, it's like we don't know who is behind these bots, whether it was Diana or Rinna or whatever.
I did not do the bots. I'm a strong boss.
Yeah, like we need answers, but we don't really have any right now. But like I've been so grossed out by like Erica's comment where someone was like, but no one had a problem like saying something when everyone went after your son for being a police officer. And she goes, exactly.
So what she said, you guys,
Erica's the victim in all of this. Like, shut up.
Once again, also Erica Jane's son is in his 40s.
He's an adult.
He's an adult. Once again, there's a difference, you guys. There's a 14-year-old kid.
Yeah.
I listen. Yeah. Like, sorry, don't make fun of people. Sure.
Really
but like
sad for Jax because he was like, this is my first week of high school. Like, and I have to worry about it. It was just like so sad and heartbreaking. It's like, what did he do to deserve this?
Garcelle says she had stayed up, all night crying about this. And it just seems so awful on all the levels. But then there's this whole other weird subplot of like, okay, so all of this started in the last week. And Diana Jenkins all of a sudden came to life on Instagram and not in a good way, but she kept trying to make shit of Garcelle. I don't know why she's so pressed, or I don't know. I think she thinks she's a bigger part of the show than she is, or Lisa Rinna's encouraging her to act batshit. But I don't know if Diana bought any of these bots or shit like that, but it is extremely weird if you put all of these little pieces together. I mean, it could be an extreme Diana Jenkins fan, but we do know these comments are very pro Diana Jenkins, Lisa Rinna, and Erica Jane. So whoever has bought this,
like, who are their actual fans? I know they have like a few, but not enough to like be an entire like army, basically.
Also, you can hire bots. And so I think Faces Reality 16, the Instagram account, I found this fascinating of going through how to get a bot, and she showed the whole process, and you can write in each individual. You can buy like 75 comments for like $24, and you can write in anything that you want to say. And I love, I'm like, holy shit, that's crazy. But also I looked at that. I was like, I'm too lazy for this. I can't imagine writing 75 comments for anybody,
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, that's a lot of effort.
So Diana Jenkins says, of course, this is not her. And she keeps insinuating, if you know my work, and I've always been, I don't know what the hell Diana Jenkins is talking about half the time. And I'm not talking about because of her accent or anything, but she keeps referring to work that I have no clue what it is. But when I started looking into it even more, there's always the rumors of the Room 203 book actually being a catalog for sex trafficking. There's always these rumors around Hayden Panettiere when she was younger, a lot of weird things. But then if you also look, she helped broker a couple $1 billion deal for her ex-husband's bank with the Saudis. And I'm not even joking, the Saudis, you guys. But supposedly or allegedly, these Saudis, it was also then part of the rumor about the sex trafficking, was that Diana was throwing like these kind of sex parties for the Saudis and getting
one.
Yeah, and getting money for her husband, like to her husband at the time. But like, she is a very powerful woman. But I just find it weird that we don't, like, if you watch Beverly Hills and didn't look up anything about Diana Jenkins, I wouldn't know she's powerful. There's nothing about her that I'm like, holy shit, that lady's impressive.
Yeah.
I mean,
very bizarre and mysterious. And it's like, why is this woman on our TV?
And then Lisa Rinna, who's completely lost the plot, you guys. She did an Instagram story today of like, she goes, isn't it just crazy that before the Aspen stuff comes out, all of this stuff comes out about all of us. Now I'm putting my little detective cap on, which by the way, Lisa Rinna is the world's worst fucking detective. Like, take the cap right off, Lisa, because she's horrible at this, but she's trying to insinuate that now, once again, this is because of the Kathy Hilton Aspen stuff. So they are misdirecting the attention for people to be mad at Rinna and Diana. Like, I have no clue what she's on. Like, it's so weird.
I know, it's so freaking weird. And I also saw like some people on Twitter being like, there's no way Rinna gets fired. And I'm like, I think this might be it for her. My gut is telling me that like this is like the show really needs a switch up, and like Lisa Rinna is extremely detestable along with Diana and Erica. So it's like, yeah, it's time to freaking clean house. Like,
but really Sophie, at the same time, I'm never one of those people that have like, they all need to go. I'll watch Lisa Rinna for the rest of my days. I love making fun of her. But I said this to you last week. I am in agreement. This is the first time where I'm like, yeah, if you're going to put Dorinda and people like that on pause, then it probably is time to put Rinna on pause as well, because things have taken such a toxic turn this week and every week with this show. Like, it is gross what we're fighting about in terms of like toxic boys. And then that dipshit, that Patrick Summers kid, remember that kid from like a month or two ago that, remember, he said he was hired by Kathy Hilton, and it was like this whole, remember that kid that said he was.
Yeah, and he came back into the picture, like claiming
he came back in the picture yesterday or 2 days ago. Yeah, and said, guys, he goes, I did this. I do this as part of my job, but I was, nothing racial was supposed to be said. So, and he was like putting receipts up and all of this shit. And he insinuated it once again, it was Lisa Rinna that had hired him. He also then went on to say that it was invited to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion, and he'll be the first non-cast member that's not a husband to show up to this thing. Of course, I think it was like Dave Quinn or somebody totally debunked this, and no such thing. He's not been invited.
It's like they have so many like random third party like gossip blogs, whatever it is, whether it's Potomac, it's like they're not inviting like the gossip people from the internet.
It's like, guys, my meme account got invited to, we're going to talk about the memes, and it's going to be, no, it's just
that
like this
would be funny though.
It's kind of sad though, but I need to know I need to know what's true and what's not. And I don't need Bravo to become exactly like our political landscape where you can just lie about everything. And like, I just get angry. And like, what did you think about Bravo's statement this is what Bravo wrote you guys in regards to this the next day after the Garcelle, and a lot of people had called on Bravo to make a statement. And their statement was, we are shocked and appalled at the social comments directed at Garcelle's son. We urge our viewers and social followers alike to refrain from targeting our cast and their families with harmful rhetoric. And that was Bravo's statement. As a person that writes copy and stuff like that, what do you think of that statement?
It was like the most general, like, you know, innocuous blanket statement. Like, I think that there definitely could have been more specificity, calling out the exact situation, and more like passion behind it. Like, it was a really messed up situation, and they're just like, we don't support hateful rhetoric. It's like, okay.
What if they came out and was like, you know what? Sometimes we do support hateful rhetoric, actually, but not this time. Yeah, it really depends on the day and the person. I was glad they said something, but I did find it a little weird that, they listen, some of Bravo fans, including myself at times, like, we're wild, but I hate that they say urge our viewers and social followers alike, like kind of saying like, you guys out there watching, our fans, stop doing this shit, when like I think some of this is like the calls coming from inside the house. Like, right. I feel like they should have done an addendum and like, and all housewives on our shows, please do the same thing and stop the bullshit,
Right. Yeah, there were
but I guess
lot
they
of things
can't
I'd
do that
differently, but like, I'm glad they addressed it. So I don't know.
What did you think of Sheena Shea's wedding? Her Tuesday
really
wedding.
Pretty from what I've seen. I definitely like this gown better than the crop top wedding dress. Yes. Brock, like, I don't even know with Brock, like his outfit, his whole soul, his whole situation.
His whole soul.
I don't know with Brock, but Sheena looked pretty and happy. And I am want to believe the Raquel and Schwartz rumors.
That's what I was bringing this up. Will you explain to the people what you've heard so far? The rumor?
It came out and it was actually published in Us Weekly, which is like one of the outlets that the Vanderpump Rules PR people, will coordinate.
Yeah, it's a real outlet. Yeah.
So the fact that it's like basically Us Weekly was like confirming it. They were like Raquel Levis.
Raquel Levis, yeah.
Levis.
Wait! I forgot to tell you. Wait, what?
Her real name is Rachel.
Yeah, I saw that on her plane ticket.
Yeah.
But wait, also last week, remember Banal? And you said you thought it was Banal?
Banal.
It's Banal. I was right. Can you believe that?
Oh my God.
Last week, you guys, we were talking about the word.
I'm not surprised that I was wrong because I pronounced it.
I'm surprised I was right. Somebody said that I said it right. I was like, no way. I was so like, what a blessing.
Of course, I pronounce it like banal. Of course I do.
Okay. Well, anyways, so there's this rumor that Us Weekly and a lot of other things that Schwartz supposedly made out with Rachel or Raquel Levis at Sheena's wedding.
Yeah. And that Katie was not there. And Katie posted a selfie after getting back. She was in Mexico at another vacation in Mexico at the same time.
At the same hotel.
I didn't know it was the same hotel, but she was there too. It wasn't at the wedding. And then she posted when she came back, she was like, I am so happy to be home. Like, if you can't tell by my face, like blah, blah, blah. Like,
I know exactly what picture you're talking about. Yeah. And I remember texting with Maritza because I was like, I can't tell what she goes, if you could tell my face. Yeah, her face was nothing. Her face was the same as always. Like, I can't tell by your face what you're even feeling at all. Like, I don't know what your face is telling me, but like, I can't tell if you're happy or, and then, so supposedly one of these articles said that she saw them make out. And I'm like, something doesn't add up. Also, if you're Tom Schwartz,
I believe it.
How? Okay.
It was in Us Weekly. It was in Us Weekly. That means it's true.
I mean, listen, I'm not going to argue
with you. Us Weekly is the paper of record, if you didn't know.
That is true. They are the New York Times of the pop culture world. But think about Tom Schwartz. He usually remember when he used to get super wasted, and like, remember when he was in Mexico and he like wound up at some other resort and he couldn't remember if he did make out with somebody. And this is when he was with Katie. Like, also, Raquel is she's really sweet. I've hung out with Raquel a bunch of times, but Raquel doesn't like seem to be of like, come make out with me kind of like, I just can't picture it happening,
I could see it.
And DJ James Kennedy was there too with his girlfriend, and Tom Schwartz posted a photo, like a photo series, and DJ James Kennedy and him were in the photo all happy with each other. So if they did make out, don't you think DJ James Kennedy, even though he has a new girlfriend, wouldn't he be a little pissy? Or are they just trying to make a good 10th season?
Maybe it happened after they took the photo.
What would that? Listen, I kind of would like to see that just for the good of the show. Like I want messes like that.
I mean, this season, like all of the changes, like I am very excited for the season. I never thought I'd say that. Like I'm very excited to watch all this go down. And I feel like we could be back to the glory days, not actually back to the glory days of Pump Rules, but like back to like before it became terrible, you know?
What did you
With like
also Jax Taylor and Brittany were at the wedding, and I saw a lot of their people sent me a lot of their social stuff. Did you see that one where he goes, can't get this kid to bed? And he posted a photo of little baby Couchy pissing on a hotel bed. Did you see that photo? He deleted it after everybody. Oh my God, you didn't see this? He goes, this little one won't go to sleep. And the kid looks like he's whizzing directly on this hotel bed. And I don't know if Jax even noticed, but like you can literally see the urine going against the headboard in the picture.
Oh my God.
I can send it to you. I have a screenshot of it. But
wait, please send it to me. Please.
Yeah, like it's so, and I'm just like, this is insane. God. But also, I get so bummed out that like, and by the way, and I do have inside info, like I was like, oh, maybe Jax like made up with Sandoval and all that stuff, but nope. Like Jax was like still like a kind of a jerk face.
Oh, I'm not surprised by that. It's literally like Shep and Craig. Like he cannot stand that his friend, that he's supposed to be the number one guy in the group, you know, like.
I know, but it's just like, I hate when people live up to their TV reputation. Like I always think of things of like Paul McCartney and John Lennon, you know, like I don't like to hear about those guys fighting. They were both Beatles, you know. Sorry to compare Jackson. I'm so sorry, you guys. I didn't mean to do that. True. I'm trying to find the photo to send you. But yeah, the kid is definitely also, I don't think you were a big Beverly Hills 90210 fan, were you? So because you were too young for that.
No, that was before my time. Remember, I'm just
let me explain. It was a beautiful show about the reality of these two kids, Brandon, Jason Priestley, and Brenda, Shannon Doherty, that moved from a small town to Beverly Hills, a flashy town. And they would all hang out at this place called the Peach Pit. And that was like their local, like cool place where the kids hung out. And the Peach Pit was owned and run by this gentleman named Nat. And Nat, played by Joe E. Tata, and was great. He was like, yeah, how you doing, kid? And Brandon worked there, and he was just kind of always there in every episode for some reason. And then they also added on to the Peach Pit in later seasons, and they did Peach Pit After Dark, which was like an after hours club all of a sudden. Completely ridiculous. Anyways, I just wanted to say a quick shout out to Joey Tata because he passed away this past week. And he meant a great deal to me as a kid. Like, that whole show meant a great deal to me. So, So Joey Tata, rest in peace. Sophie, I'm sending you this. I love it. I just try to do a tribute to Joey Tata. And then I'm like, I'm about to send you the Jax kid piss picture. I just sent it to you.
Oh my God. That was a beautiful
tribute. I just sent you the text. I don't know if you can see it.
God. Oh my God.
Okay. Look at the way that's piss.
Oh my God. Yes, it is.
Right? Yes.
And he like didn't even notice.
No, he's like
taking pictures. He's just taking the picture instead of trying to stop him.
Exactly. That's it. Like, I mean, like, how Jax is that?
Oh my God. Yeah. Listen, somebody doesn't want to take his nap.
Somebody's filled with a bunch of urine right now and needs to get it out. And so he took that down after everybody pointed it out. But, you know, we have the screenshots forever. Oh, my
God. That's so funny. That's so funny that he took it down when people pointed it out. He was like, oh, shit. I didn't realize.
Yeah. Well, also, imagine if you're the hotel, because I'm sure.
Go parent, Jack. Stop taking pictures of everything.
I'm sure he got like influencer rates at that hotel. So like all the hotels, like you're posting pictures of our hotel with your kid pissing all over it. That's not cool.
That's disgusting. They're gonna have to get rid of that entire like bed frame. It was like
they're gonna have to burn the hotel. The hotel needs to be burned down.
It's like an upholstered bed frame. Like that is so sickening. Yeah. They're gonna have to throw out the entire bed.
Imagine you check in after that family and you had a long trip. You go to lay down. You're like, I have a strong smell of urine, and it smells like those pancake waffle candles that
gorgeous. You're staying at this gorgeous 5-star hotel, like.
And they're just like, why do I smell like baby urine? Hey, so you go to a lot of weddings, right?
Yeah, a decent amount.
Your sister got married weddings are all the rage. We were just talking about it last week. Now, more details came out about the J-Lo and Ben Affleck J-Lo wedding. Would you ever, if you do get married, when you do get married, whoever the lucky guy is, it could be the guy you're with now. Would you write him a song and perform it at the wedding?
Oh, that'd be so funny. I would like do it ironically, like as a joke.
So you'd do like a Weird Al Yankovic, like a parody.
Yeah, I would do it as like a bit, but like not in earnest.
You guys, Jennifer Lopez wrote a new song and she had background dancers and like background singers, and Ben Affleck had to sit in a chair, and then she performed the song in one of the wedding dresses with like a bedazzled mic, and she had choreography. Yeah. And I only got to hear a snippet of the song, and J-Lo says, we should not have heard this. This was a private moment for her husband, Ben Affleck. And somehow this illegally got out, even though I'm seeing videos of it from like 10 different angles. So I think it was meant to get out. But like, also imagine like what if Ben Affleck hates Jennifer Lopez's music?
Well, like, you know what I think of? Do you remember Kayla Quinn? She was the girl that decapitated a snake on Instagram stories. She's from
you wrote about it from The Bachelor.
Yeah. So when she got married, she did a what's it called when you like surprise someone with like a when you break out into song? What's that called?
Oh, the flash mobs?
Yeah, it was kind of like a flash mob thing where like people started dancing and she was singing directly to him. I forget what song she was singing. And it was so, he like didn't know what to do. He wanted to die. It was literally at the ceremony. Like it wasn't the reception. It was at the ceremony. So it was like supposed to be this like very serious, like, you know, it's your wedding ceremony. And then you have fun at the reception. She broke out into song and he was standing there so awkwardly and like was beat red and clearly wanted to die. And like, he had no idea this was happening. Like, I always think of how awkward, like everyone feels awkward when they're like saying happy birthday to. Like, imagine like being in that situation. It'd just be so awkward.
I mean, weddings are already awkward for multiple reasons, and sometimes they're really beautiful. But when you choose to perform for your loved one, like also like Ben Affleck, it's a new song. So he's like, what is this? And like, if I was Ben, I'd be like, are we going to hear like one of your older one? Like one of the, like, Let's Get Loud would have been cool to hear.
If it's a song that they love. Okay.
But it's a new song that she wrote for him. I'm trying to get the lyrics.
If that's a new song that like he has no connection to, and he's just like, okay. Like, okay, I guess the connection is that she wrote it for him, but still, he probably wasn't enjoying it. You're just like,
no, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way he was enjoying it. In his head, I wonder if he's like, what did I get myself into? They've been honeymooning this whole week, you guys. They went to they stayed at George Clooney's Lake Como mansion. They've been all around Italy. We've seen Ben feed Jennifer Lopez food. We saw them shopping and making out. But it does remind me, this song, I wanted to remind you of this. This is before I knew you, but this was one of the first episodes of So Bad It's Good. This was a So Bad It's Good moment when I used to do this segment. You know Dr. Paul Nassif, right? From Botched?
Yeah.
And used to be married to Adrienne Maloof. He got remarried in 2019 to this Brittany Patakos, and they had their wedding. And guess what he did at the wedding?
What?
He sang Always Remember Us This Way by Lady Gaga from A Star Is Born to her.
Oh my God, I love that song though.
Have you heard Paul Nassif do it?
I would probably when the sun goes down and the band won't play. I wonder if he did that part. If Paul Nassif was like, and the band won't play.
Ryan, put in the audio of Paul Nassif. I have the audio, and like it is so, and like I guess he like trained to like sing this song to her, but like like I would have wanted to do like Shallow because I like the bass part of that. But like I mean, that's pretty, like you got to be really in love with yourself or really in love with your partner to even attempt to do something like that.
That is so funny.
Or what if he did like Born This Way? He's like, all my little monsters out there, let's do this. Let's get married. Okay, some quick hits. This really makes me sad, actually, and I need to formulate my thoughts a little bit more about this because the band Arcade Fire means so much to me. There's no joke there. Win Butler, the lead singer of Arcade Fire, has been accused of some really bad things over the weekend. Pitchfork did in, I guess, I don't know if you call it an expose or what, but a lot of women have come forward of like 18 to 23-year-olds, and says that there have been inappropriate relationships with Wynn, and Wynn is married to one of the other lead singers of Arcade Fire. And she stands behind him in her statement and said, I've watched this man go through hell and alcohol abuse and stuff. And she was aware of these relationships, but these women, and then one non-binary person came forward to say that these were inappropriate relationships.
Yeah.
And he says, listen, these were all relationships that I thought were consensual. I admit to those, but I in no way thought, but listen, he was a 37-year-old man when these were going down dating. Even these were fans, like 18 to 23-year-olds. And Arcade Fire just means the world to me. And I don't know all the details. So this is one of those ones that kind of just really bummed me out. And I don't know all the details. And listen, but even if all these girls did want to hook up with him and all that stuff, and it was consensual, it still just bums me out, because it just means he was using his fame to
Yeah. And I've actually been reading and hearing about this stuff for like a while.
Really?
It's kind of been like, I feel
this is the first time I had ever heard about it.
No, I feel like it's kind of been like an open secret for a while. And, this is the first time it's kind of been publicized. And, yeah, he sounds like a piece of shit, taking advantage of young fans who looked up to him, and that he had a power dynamic. It was, just not okay. Power imbalance is what I'm looking for.
Yeah, definitely. And listen, like when you're somebody, that band is, I don't know. Anyways, so I wanted to mention that, and I'll try to formulate further thoughts this week. Also, Scott Disick, fresh off his Lambo, rolling his Lamborghini in a residential neighborhood. There was a alleged rumor that he was being, he was being excommunicated from the Kardashian family. Excommunicated is such a bizarre word to use, because it's mainly used in the Catholic religion when you get excommunicated from.
I know, it's such a dramatic word.
I'm like, excommunicated. But Kris Jenner went on record. This is how much it must have hurt Scott's feelings. Went on record on a post today saying, Scott will never be excommunicated from our family. He's the father of my grandchildren and a special part of our family. The Kardashians matriarch added in her social media note, we love him and not true. And then emoji with the smile and the hearts and then a heart eye emoji. So Scott must have been like, am I getting excommunicated? What's going on? Kris, I don't have a Lambo. I'm not in the shit. Like, I hear he's not that, not heavily featured in this season of the Kardashians either.
First of all, I love the people that are like, what did True do to you, Kris? And she goes, I love Scott. Not true. I know. But yeah, it must have hurt his feelings. And what else was I going to say about that? Oh, I also heard he was dating Kimberly Stewart. Did you hear this?
Yeah. They were holding hands at, they went to some Los Angeles restaurant and have been hanging out together, which, by the way, age appropriate. That's great. She's in her 40s.
I love that. I love him dating an age appropriate woman. I think he maybe realized that he needed to. Now I'm like, here's the cynic in me being like, everyone was calling him like, creepy, because he would always be dating the 19-year-olds. And now he's like, but what if I do the Scott voice?
I had my time with a 19-year. I'm mature now. I need a woman that's been out there. Come on. Kendall, please invite me out.
Yeah, that basically.
But isn't it funny though, when I saw that, like with the Kimberly Stewart thing, like I almost got more worried for him, because I was like, that's not the Scott I know. Scott dates young girls. Like I almost got worried, like that was bad. Like he must be in a real bad place if he's dating somebody in their 40s,
Yeah, but like I love it.
I love it too, but I'm saying I also love that there are obvious. If Kris Jenner comments on something like this, it means Scott really is going through something.
Exactly. That Scott was, upset by that.
Two more stories I want to talk to you about. Britney Spears has officially made her comeback. Hold Me Closer immediately topped the iTunes charts. Her duet with Elton John.
I love it.
Yeah, I think it's great. I'm so happy that it's. But you're probably not aware of this because you were at dinner, but Britney Spears released a YouTube video, a 22-minute YouTube video, where she talked about the conservatorship in great detail. Now, she says a lot of facts in this. And just so you guys know, there will be timestamps. I am playing the entire 22-minute YouTube thing because it immediately got taken down, but I have the audio. I will be playing it at the very end of the show, and you can make up your own mind. It's really, I mean, like I'm sure you can find a bunch of illegal things out on YouTube, but her actual one on her YouTube page, got made private all of a sudden, but she talks about the night like that she was put into the conservatorship. She talks about, I mean, like really, and it's just so sad because on a weekend that should be a real big celebration weekend for her in terms of like, this is her first song back, and it's with Elton John, and that's so much joy to that. But, we talked about this. It just feels like it's going to take forever and a day for her to continue to be able to deal with this,
Yeah. Yep.
And then finally, I needed to get your thoughts on, okay, so there's this movie coming out called Don't Worry, Darling, directed by Olivia Wilde. And Harry Styles and Florence Pugh are the two lead actors in this. Now, I didn't realize that Shia LaBeouf initially was cast as the part that Harry Styles ended up taking. And Shia LaBeouf, according to this Variety article, said that, they let Shia go, like that he was fired. It was not working out. She wants a positive set, and he was not conducive to that. Now, Shia has gone through tons of things in this last year and a half, and a lot of stuff is very warranted. His accusation, FKA Twigs, the musician, said horrifying accounts about this man. But Shia LaBeouf fired back on this one and actually posted video of Olivia Wilde sending him a message saying, I still think we can work this out, Shia. If you're with me, I think she called her like Queen Florence. I think she has a reckoning coming, and she needs it was a really weird message. A wake up. Yeah, that was a wake up call.
Okay, but can I add I know that everyone has probably seen this video. I just want to add some context that this video was taken before the FK Twigs allegations happened. And he had also kind of been accused of shady, I don't know exactly what else. He's
a method actor, so he always was doing weird things, supposedly for roles.
But also maybe abusive stuff. But this was the big story that everyone heard about. So I don't know, but this was recorded before that came out. So I feel like the context is lost, and we don't know, did she actually end up firing him later on? She could have fired him the day after this video was taken. We don't know. It's kind of out of context. So I hate that everyone's kind of taking Shia LaBeouf at his word, honestly.
Yeah, it's weird. But see, that's what I wanted to ask you was that I didn't realize how much hate is out there for Olivia Wilde until and I know Harry Styles has something to do with it, but
a lot of it is Harry Styles fans. And then a lot of it is actually Florence Pugh stans, because everyone is hearing about how there's beef between Olivia and Florence, and that Olivia was not a great director. They didn't get along. That now she's calling her Miss Flo and saying it's going to be a wake-up call for her, that you don't want to work with her. But what I was hearing actually is that Shia and Florence weren't vibing. This is what I heard. I don't know, it could be alleged. They weren't vibing together. He does have that method actor thing, and it's kind of weird to work with, and Florence didn't like it. And I guess Shia at one point was like, me or Florence, and Olivia chose Florence. So that is just what I heard. I don't know. It's all very messy though. And I also have heard that Jason Sudeikis, before everyone's like, well, Jason Sudeikis must be so happy, I heard Jason Sudeikis is an awful person. What have you heard about him, Ryan?
I think I don't know. I've talked about this on the show before, but maybe not to you. I knew his first wife, Kay Cannon, who directed, who wrote the Pitch Perfect movies and wrote on 30 Rock. Funny as hell. And he cheated on Kay Cannon. They split. So, and I will tell you, the one time Jason Sudeikis was in this film with Alison Brie called, it was actually really good. I don't know why it didn't do well, but it was like a romantic comedy, but it was really smart. He kind of played a really like, I don't know, he was really good in it. I was at Sundance when I saw this movie, and I went to the after party, and he was by himself with like a camera, like one of those fancy cameras that, like, when you're rich, people are like, I'm going to get into photography, that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And I went up and I said, hey, just wanted to say that you did excellent work in the movie. And I'm usually a person that does not go up to celebrities at all.
Right.
And he was just like, and like, just, I mean, it was like, not like, but it was just an ass, just like, and like,
not surprised.
But also, you know, I know artists are artists and stuff, but it was just so weird because I didn't say I want a picture. I was just saying you did really excellent work, because I did think he did excellent work. But yeah, I hear I mean, just because somebody plays Ted Lasso doesn't mean they are Ted Lasso. But also, I don't know, the Olivia Wilde stuff is because she even talked about in this Variety interview too. She even did more shots fired against Sudeikis, because when those papers were delivered at CinemaCon, you know, she said, listen, he did this intentionally to hurt me. And there is a reason why I'm not in this relationship with him anymore.
She definitely made like a little dig at him, which is like, compared to a lot of celebrity divorces where they try to act like everything is amicable, like that was pretty crazy. And so, yeah, what I've heard is that he's not a good guy. I feel almost bad for Olivia right now, because she's taking a lot of hits from every angle.
She really feels like she is.
Yeah, and a lot of it has just happened because of like her relationship with Harry, which isn't fair. And I also heard that she was not very happy with how the Variety cover did make it all about Harry. It was like, she's so golden.
Yeah, the headline, you guys, is she's so golden, Olivia Wilde. And Olivia Wilde is one of the only female directors that's like directing a big budget movie release. And you're then talking about Harry Styles, which I know he is like insanely famous right now, but it's got to be a little embarrassing when you are one of the only female directors entrusted with you know, multi-million-dollar movie. It's like a really big deal for a woman to be able to direct at that level. So it's got to be frustrating, but I guess that comes along with dating Harry Styles. Also, you watch Euphoria, right?
Yeah. Oh my God.
That Barbie Ferreira girl, she who plays Kat, reveals she's not going to be around for the next season. And she says, after 4 years of getting to embody the most special and enigmatic character Kat, I'm having to say a very teary-eyed goodbye. I hope many of you could see yourself in her like I did, and that she brought you joy to see her journey into the character she is today. I put all my care and love into her, and I hope you guys could feel it. Love you, Catherine Hernandez. But I heard she did not get along with the show's creator, Sam Levinson, at all.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. And yeah, that cast is just kind of falling apart right now. Hunter Schafer got some backlash this past week/week and a half, because she commented on a post that people were saying was, okay, there's a lot of terminology, trans medicalist, which means that you only think trans people who get sexual reassignment surgery are like valid trans people. And she commented like exclamation marks. It was something, you look it up. I'm not explaining this well because there's a lot of terminology I'm not familiar with, and I was like educating myself about it all. But there's that. And then Sydney Sweeney. Oh my God, wait, I just felt sand.
Oh my God, the Sydney Sweeney thing. I forgot about that.
Sorry, I have sand in my ear that I'm just discovering, and I like showered today and everything. Yeah, so the Sydney Sweeney stuff, how she posted like a roundup, a slideshow photos from her mom's 60th hoedown birthday. And her dad is wearing a Blue Lives Matter shirt. And then in pictures that her brother posted, they're wearing shirts that say, or hats.
Or hats, the red hat.
This 60 great again. So it wasn't Make America Great Again, but they were clearly a spoof off of that. They were like red hats. So yeah, take that.
But Sydney, it's interesting though, about that is that if you look at Sydney's Instagram, you didn't see any of those things. But then if you went to her brother's Instagram, that's where
Blue Lives Matter shirt was on.
Oh, is it really? See, I thought, because I was like, oh, she curated not the. So I mean, listen, I mean, yeah, I mean, her family's probably all pro-Trump. Who knows? But it was wild because then you hear the backlash about that. And she even came out, Sydney Sweeney, and goes, come on, guys. It's my mom celebrating my mom's birthday. Chill out.
Her responding to it, like, made it way worse. She should have, like, had a really good response. Like, you know, I have family members that have political views that I don't agree with. A lot of people can like relate to that and understand that, but it was the fact that she was like, guys, this is not political, when like they're inherently wearing political things, like literally a Blue Lives Matter shirt. Like, of course people are going to interpret it as political because it is. So yeah, not a good response. So like, I don't know. She said recently that she pays her PR team more a month than her mortgage. So it's like, are they like ripping her off?
Well, yeah, by the way, you're going to have to pay a little more now after this weekend, but
seriously.
Finally, also, I think I get, and I'll give it to you tomorrow when I get it, House of Hammer, the Army Hammer docuseries.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I'm a little nervous about this, and I already started getting weird tweets of people, saying negative things about
the
me.
Army Hammer fans.
Yeah.
Somebody said yeah, when I did the Caroline Calloway one, they warned me. They were like, you might have people coming after you on social media, so just to prepare you. But it turns out that Caroline Calloway like has no fans. So it was fine. But like Army Hammer definitely has some weird, crazy stands on the internet.
Well, yeah, somebody found a picture from my personal Instagram account and said I got filler, and I've never had filler in my life.
What?
Like I was so upset because I was like, wait a sec, that's not fair. Like I don't have filler. God, and then I was like, but also thank you. But also they picked a weird picture of like me and my dad, and I was like, dude, I could have given you a better picture, but I can also. Then I was like, why do I even care?
That's
but
such
then I was like,
random accusation, like of all things.
Oh, I know. Well, because she said they posted like the other people in the documentary, and they said more like House of Horrors. Look at all these people, and then said they did it for. I'm like, they did it for money. I was like, I didn't get. Wait, I was like, did the other people get paid? I didn't get paid.
That actually is an ethical thing that when you appear in a documentary, like you're
not supposed to get paid.
Yeah, because it's like an ethics thing.
But now it's like I'm really nervous about like this coming out because I'm sensitive like you, where I just don't want a lot of people ripping on me and hating on. But I mean, it is what it is, And also, it's just funny. Like, go learn about Army and his family. I think I'm going to be talking to Casey Hammer this week too.
Ooh,
so that'll be interesting. Sophie, what's coming up for you this week? What's the haps?
I am on trying to be offline this week and on vacay. I have like a few things I need to do. So yeah.
So offline.
That's basically what I'm doing, is trying to relax a little bit. I do have a bunch of stuff I still need to do, but like I'm gonna like try to relax a little bit. So that's me.
And it's
what
true.
About you,
I'm gonna not relax this week. Everything just keeps going and go. Oh, I can't say that. Well, no, I think I'm gonna be on. No, I think I'm going to be doing one of the video questions on Watch What Happens Live. Not this week, but next week. But you're going to freak out. Well, I can't say it here, but I'll say it when I get it. You'll freak out. Like, or I was like, holy shit.
I'm so excited.
Okay, but guys, go subscribe to her Substack and also her podcast, So True. It is coming back in September, so make sure you subscribe now so it'll get right there into your feed when the first episode drops. We'll, of course, talk about it on this show. And you guys have a great week out there. There is so much happening that we'll be talking to you guys all. I'll be talking to you all week. But thanks, So, for joining. And please tell your parents I said hi and good luck with the sugary drinks.
Hi too.
Okay. Hi.
Bye. Thanks, guys.